What it do, YouTube? This your boy Taz coming back with episode 12, man. I think we're on episode 12, man. You already know who it is. This your boy Taz. Hot Dimes TV, we're bringing that fire, and we keeping it 100. Hey, we got a lot to talk about. Y'all see the beard growing in? I need a haircut bad. Don't mind me, though. I'm getting cut up tomorrow. Hey, come through. Look at the light got the teeth looking better than they are. You know, I'm gonna give me a new camera soon. We gonna keep upgrading. I appreciate y'all for rocking with ya, boy. Let's jump right into it. My boys got another win, of course. You know I'm happy about it. It's always good. I don't care if the Packers was 0-10. Let me correct myself for the English people. I don't care if the Packers were 0-10. As long as they beat the Chicago Bears, and as long as they beat the Dallas Cowboys, which both of those happened this year, I'm good. At the end of the day, I'm good. But no, for real, I'm happy, man. You know what I'm saying? They technically not out. They not out the scene. They not out of the playoff scenario. But I already told y'all a couple weeks ago that they chances of making it are slim, and I say it's over still. Technically, it's not over, but I'm already saying it's over. So, hey, I'm happy they won. And side note, Christian Watson? No, seriously. Christian Watson might be a problem. It seemed like if you can just get the ball into his hand, it's magical. I want to say, hold on, I had a stat. Let me go look. Let me make sure. Because I don't want to just be saying false information. I want to get the right information out here. Hold on. Yeah, so 8 touchdowns in the last 4 games. 8 touchdowns in the last 4 games. Hold on, let me make sure y'all can see that. Come on. It's all right. Y'all can't see it. I think he was about to show it. Y'all can't see this. All right. 8 touchdowns in his last 4 games. He got more touchdowns than I think Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, all these people. This just in 4 games. He looking promising, bro. Hey, it was 3 receivers Green Bay was looking at, and that was one of them. The other one they were looking at who doing really good, I think, from the Saints is Chris Olave. So I wanted that was the first person I wanted, but once they couldn't get him, I was happy with Christian Watson. I think Garrett Wilson is his name. He playing good for the Jets too, but Christian Watson, bro, he's like 6'4". He got speed out of this world. It kind of reminded me of who the Packers just gave up, but he got way more, like, I feel like superstar potential than Valdes-Scantling, who Green Bay just had. You know, and it seemed like it was a couple games where you thought maybe he was going to break out, but then he didn't. So I'm telling you, Christian Watson is scary, bro. If you can get the ball into his hands, if he can stay healthy, he good. If people don't remember, when they played the Vikings, that first play, 75 yards, he went deep, dropped the ball. Patrick Peterson, who we all respect, one of the, great corners, he said, hey, he told Aaron after the game, like, hey, I saw you almost got me. He said, that boy got some wheels on him. And it's not even just that, but it's the way you can use him. And them jet sweeps and them motions that Green Bay like to do, you just hand the ball to him. That last play, that last drive, I think they sealed the deal versus the Bears. Christian Watson came on that wrap, sweep, 40 yards, house call. Like, I know it was the Bears. I know they was banged up, which Green Bay was struggling. Hold on, let me go back to that point, which the Packers were still losing. I mean, yeah, they were losing that game. And I know Bears fans, Chicago fans got the laughing. It's like, once again, I know y'all going to get mad. I know y'all going to say it's just the Bears, people on the outside looking in. But people that are Packer fans and just sports, it's just hilarious. Like, they were up 16-3. 16-3. And then that touchdown before the half to none other than Christian Watson, because he had 2 in that game. I'm like, Bears just messed up. They come out, the ending score ended up being 28-19. It's like, there we go. Once again, just from Chicago, laughing, texting, making posts, doing all that, and then they lost again. So take that, Chicago. Take that. You feel me? Something else that was significant that happened too was Aaron Rodgers, he was waving. So I don't know what that's about. He said something after the press conference after the game. you never know with Aaron. He always kind of, like to drop hints and speculation and just do certain things to just get people talking and get people going. So last time he was in Chicago, he had the whole slogan, the "I own you" thing, and then this time he waved goodbye. But he did explain himself. He said basically you just never know, that what can happen in life. So he don't know if that's his last game potentially in Soldier Field. So he actually thanked the fans. He thanked Chicago because, of course, it's a rivalry. People gonna hate. Some people can't, be honest. People hate him, which I understand. Because if I was a Chicago fan, I probably would hate him too. Of course, I would hate the Packers too. That's just how it go. Everybody know that. But it was nice to see him talk about that because it's a lot of speculation. They don't know if he'll be back after this year. They say he might retire and then sign somewhere else because he still got the rights to. If the Packers could trade him, I'd rather that happen, trade him. But I don't know if with his contract how that can work, and he might go somewhere else. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I don't think he done after this year. I say at least one more year. But hey, who knows, man? But I think next up, I think the Packers got a bye week actually. Do the Packers have a bye week? I want to say the Packers have a bye week. Hold on, I'm checking. Yeah, they got a bye week this week, so. And then after they come off that bye week, I want to say they play a real good team. Oh, no, they play the Rams, so. Okay, I love to hear it. Speaking of the Rams, you got the Rams tonight and the Vegas Raiders, which the Vegas Raiders, you know what I'm saying, winning a couple games now. They 5-7. They got the Rams who banged up. No, I think Stafford. No Cooper Kupp, so I got the Rams winning tonight. The Rams favored by 7. Yeah, I say 30, 31, 20 Vegas Raiders. I got to do my predictions. I didn't do one, I think, in a week or two, but just let everybody know I'm like 5-5 with Green Bay because the other picks weren't, on air. So I'm 5-5 with Green Bay. Hold on, I just saw something that just made me. I'm sorry. Hold on. Somebody just said something reckless to me. It was about sports too, and my camera just cut off. But we back. Now 15-7 overall on the season. So I'm doing pretty good, G. Cowboys stumped the Colts. Oh my gosh. What was the score to that game? I think it was like 54 to. What was the score to that game? Let me get the right stats. 54-19. Oh my gosh. This is their second time putting 50 up this year. So Dallas fans feeling themselves. Rightfully so, Dallas. Shout out to y'all. 54? Come on. 54? But then speaking of the Cowboys, it was a report out yesterday too where T.O. What did he say? Hold on. There's a report, I think, where T.O. was telling Odell not to sign with Dallas and to sign with the Niners. Don't quote me on that. I just think I didn't really see it. I saw other people talking about it, but I didn't see it. So I don't know if how true that is or not. But hey, Odell to the Niners is crazy because they got Christian McCaffrey, Kittle. Even though hold on, we gonna go back to we gonna skip that because I gotta talk about the Niners later in the episode, but. We're going to stick to the Odell thing. The reason he did meet with Dallas, I think, this week, and they said that it was reports that they don't even know if he'll be ready to play this year. You know what I'm saying? Or he wouldn't even be ready until literally, like, depending on if Dallas still in the playoffs or not at that time. So it's kind of risky. He probably wanted him to come back, play a few games if he could to, get him ready for the postseason. But if he's not going to be able to play, I don't know, man. This Odell stuff crazy though. And then it's just like I'm kind of sick of it at this point. At first I was happy, of course Green Bay, my team, that was in the mix early on into their record, and not even that. I just like Odell in general, but now it's just kind of getting annoying because just like you don't know what to believe, you don't know what's true. So I just want him to sign somewhere. At the end of the day, I want him to sign somewhere. I want it to be over. I can't wait because I feel like it's make or break if he's healthy. If he go to like a Cowboys, Niners, Bills, Chiefs, I think that's make or break. So I don't know. We're gonna see. Speaking of the Chiefs, speaking of Kingdom Nation, we know they got the Bills number when it comes to the postseason. The Bengals beat them boys. for the third straight time in a regular season. Well, they beat them twice in the regular season over these last 2 or 3 years, and they beat them in the playoffs last year to get to the Super Bowl. Sheesh, that was a good game too. I caught the end of it. I think I saw the fourth quarter. Jamar Chase is back, of course. Man, that was a great game. I'm trying to think of who got the ball last. I can't remember. I want to say I saw. Okay, so I saw the drive where Joe Burrow was throwing. I'm talking about daggers. I'm talking about daggers. So I think what happened was they stopped the Chiefs. This is when I started watching the game. I literally turned on the game when Travis Kelce fumbled. And I think the Bengals went down there and scored a touchdown or a field goal, or maybe they didn't score at all. I can't really remember. But then the Chiefs got the ball back. You know, Kelce was making up for it. And then the last thing I remember, it was like 3rd and 9 or like 4th and 9, and Joe Burrow threw a dagger down the seam. First down, game over. Hey, the Bengals clicking right at that time. They still dangerous. People ain't really talking about them enough, myself included. I keep talking about the Bills. I keep talking about the Chiefs, but the Bengals did make the Super Bowl. They still very young. They got weapons. Sheesh. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Burrow. You know, that's a problem. No matter how you put it, that's a problem. So it's interesting, man. You know, the Chiefs, they still looked at as, you know, the top dogs, which respectfully so they should be. So it's just a little interesting fact that Cincinnati beat them once again. So I felt like that was important. Had to highlight that. So we're gonna see how the Chiefs shake back next week. You got the Bills. With that Chiefs loss, the Bills are now the number 1 seed. Yeah, because they beat New England. And with the Chiefs losing, that put them at the number 1 seed, which is very, very important for them. I feel like they can go anywhere and win besides possibly Arrowhead. So with them getting that number 1 seed, it's dangerous. But breaking news, Von Miller out for the season. Oh my goodness. Like, don't you just hate injuries? Like, I know it's gonna happen, bro, but I hate it. I just wish it wasn't like that sometimes, man. That really sucks. Sheesh. Because that's my pre-Super Bowl, you know, preseason, pre-pick. I've been rolling with them all the way. You know, we getting into the playoffs soon here. So before the playoffs start, I still give my predictions on who I think gonna win and stuff like that. But that's my early on prediction, was the Bills winning the Super Bowl. So with Von Miller getting hurt, that's a big blow. It really is a big blow. But I feel like they still be fine. We gonna see, man, with the emergence of, you know, Gabriel Davis. He amazing. Still got Diggs. I'm not for sure if Tre'Davious White is back. I know he should be back yet. Is he back? I feel like 2 weeks ago they said he was coming back, so watch out for that. Eagles get the dub over the Titans. A.J. Brown revenge game. What was the score of that game? Let me get that correct score. Eagles 35-10. Sheesh. I know AJ. Did AJ Brown go off? I want to say AJ Brown went off. Let's look. AJ Brown. Yeah. I remember them talking about that. 8 catches, 119 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Devontae Smith had 5 catches for 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, 380, 3 touchdowns after he ran all over my Green Bay Packers last week. Like I said, which actually was a good game because it was 40-33. We could have beat them, but it is what it is. That man was running like his life was dependent on it. He came back this week slanging that thing. Pause. Jalen Hurts, MVP. Gotta be. What's their record right now? 11-1 now, right? What are the Eagles' record? Yeah, 11-1. Jalen Hurts, every time somebody say something about him, he just keep proving them wrong. So I don't know how you can't like what the Philly doing right now, man. Shout out to the Eagles. They won again. Fly, Philly, fly. Keep doing what you're doing. A.J. Brown got his revenge. I just can't wait to the playoffs for it. Even though, like I said, I don't think my team gonna make it. So it's trash, and it sucks to say that because I'm not used to that as, you know, being the Packer fan. So, oh my gosh, it sucks. But in general, it's just a couple things I'm looking to see. I want to see the Chiefs and the Bills if they get matched up again. I want to see the Eagles in the playoffs versus I want to say Tampa again. I want to see that matchup again. The Vikings, you still got the Vikings. They doing good. I just don't believe. It's just, I'm not saying this for real because I'm a Packer fan. I just don't believe. It's not even the Vikings. It's Kirk Cousins. And then when it comes to Dallas, it's just Dallas in general. It's just always seemed I can't see them two teams doing nothing. So it's still like, to me, who else would you pick besides the Eagles? Because the Buccaneers been struggling, and this is gonna lead me right to my next point. I had the Niners just creeping up being a sleeper team. They just beat the Miami Dolphins, who are on a 5-game winning streak. They snapped their streak, and now the Niners on a 5-game winning streak themselves. So that's impressive. Hey, but Jimmy G got hurt. He out for the season. Now, no matter how you feel about Jimmy, this always been my thing with Jimmy. I'm gonna break it down. I'm like in between, kind of. I don't think he's trash. I don't understand why people say he's trash. He's not trash. He actually is pretty clutch. He do make some big throws, but then there's our moments where it's like, Jimmy G, what are you doing? Like that Super Bowl versus the Chiefs last year championship game. Just a couple of throws where it'd be like, really? Like, what you doing? I know the stats and the numbers. You would think he was the greatest quarterback of all time. See, that's where I get mad when people get to saying that, because that's just not true. He's not better than, I can probably name about 5 to 7 guys I would take over Jimmy right now. But at the same time, Jimmy's still clutch. Jimmy been to the Super Bowl, NFC Championship last year. He's still clutch, and he is good, though. So that's why he's not trash, but I don't think he's goated. He's a good quarterback. That's how I feel with Jimmy G. But I find myself criticizing him more just because of what people say. So with all that being said, I feel like they had a shot to get back to the Super Bowl like they did 2 years ago, but he got hurt. So what's going to happen now? I don't know. I didn't watch the game. They saying that the quarterback from, I think, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Started with a P, the school he went to, but they said he was looking pretty good. So we going to see in the wake how Shanahan called that offense and how he manipulates that playbook. It's going to be interesting to see. So I'm actually going to try to watch the next Niners game, or at least look into, so I can see how good he is. Because I feel like that was a team that Philly had to watch out for. So I don't know. We going to see, man. I think that covered everything for football. Yeah, Jimmy G, I talked about that. I talked about Von Miller. Oh, that's what I wanted to bring up. I was talking about Odell earlier. They also were saying that Odell maybe should go to the Niners, which I thought would have been scary. But now with Jimmy G getting hurt, you know what I'm saying? How ideal is that to happen? I don't know, man. Let's switch over to some basketball, to some hoops. It's going to be a short episode, probably about, I'll give y'all another 10 minutes, you know what I'm saying? A little 10 minutes, a little 30-minute episode for this week, man. Hey, we're going to talk about something that I saw last night. If y'all didn't see the Warriors Jazz game, y'all need to go watch that game. I don't think Steph played. I don't think Draymond played. Klay Thompson played. Jordan Poole played. Kuminga played. And boy, Kuminga was hooping. When I say Kuminga was hooping, no, that man was hooping. Hold on, I'm trying to get the stats put up because I watched like the fourth quarter of this game. So Kuminga had 24 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Jordan Poole had 36 and 8. Sheesh, running that offense. And then the Jazz it was a collection. Malik Beasley had 18. Colin Sexton had 17. Jordan Clarkson had 22. And that's where we're going to stop at. Right there. Jordan Clarkson. Hey, I need y'all to do me a favor. After y'all get done watching this video, go, just search on YouTube, Jordan Clarkson, Golden State. It should be the first thing to come up. Hey, that boy was ready to, he was trying to throw him last night. He got frustrated because it was the last, I think they were down by like 2 or 3. Jordan Clarkson went to the rack. He tried to, for a go-ahead bucket. He got blocked by Jonathan Kuminga, who I was saying was playing excellent defense. Jonathan Kuminga, everybody talk about Jordan Poole, rightfully so. Like, I like Jordan Poole too. He from Milwaukee, big 414. Shout out to Jordan Poole. But Kuminga too, that's the player, like, out of the young players, Jonathan Kuminga, I really like his game a lot. He got defense. He's so versatile. He like a baby Draymond. You want him on the point guard. You want him on the big man. He was guarding everybody last night. And then he got that crucial block on Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson was frustrated low-key because he got blocked. So then he did foul Kuminga pretty hard. It was unnecessary. And then he turned around like he was Floyd Mayweather. Kuminga just laughed at him. And then after that, though, it was game-changing because the Warriors, they turned the ball over. I can't remember who it was the first possession, the first time, but they turn the ball over. Jazz go down there. I want to say that the Jazz still missed. I don't even know. Maybe they went to the free throw line. Maybe they missed. Warriors get the ball back again. You know they're gonna foul. Oh, this is what happened. Klay Thompson. That's what happened. They threw it to Klay Thompson first. So Klay Thompson got stripped. Went down there, made up for it, got the block. They get the ball back. I think they score, or maybe it was a timeout call. I think it was a timeout call. They throw the inbound to Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole then he turns the ball over. Jazz go down there. Game. That's how they lost. Like it was a crazy finish. It was a great game. So if y'all ain't get a chance to watch that, y'all need to go watch that. I didn't watch no other games last night. The Kings and the Bucks played. That was a great game. Giannis did his thing. Of course, Drew Holiday played great. But shout out to the Kings. I want to show the Kings some love. I think they're the 4th seed in the West right now. You can't tell me anybody who had them even maybe possibly at the back end making the playoffs, but not top 5. I think they got the number 1 offense or scoring wise, 2nd in assists. Crazy. Shout out to the Kings. Shout out to Sabonis. That was a good pickup. He doing his thing. Now, what I wanted to talk about was my Los Angeles Lakers. Because I haven't talked about them enough on a podcast because they've been losing. They was sucking. They was making me mad. So every time I brought them up, it kind of was like sour, just like Green Bay this year. Only thing I had going was the Bucks. But the Lakers, no. The Lakers are playing great basketball. Shout out to Darvin Ham, who was the champion, who was on that championship team coaching with the Bucks, going over to the Lakers and having them boys just play good basketball. Because at the end of the day, if you ain't even got the players, if you ain't got the talent, all you can do is play good, play hard, and that's all you can ask for. And that's what he got the Lakers doing, because the Lakers are looking amazing. And in particular, Anthony Davis. Oh my gosh. This is the AD we want. This the AD that, that we saw in the Pelicans when he was doing his thing, like carrying the team, being that go-to player. Everybody know. Y'all can talk about LeBron. Y'all can do all of that. Just like the championship. All the real people know, real fans, people with some IQ who can hop off Bron, just for 1 second. The team goes as Anthony Davis goes. That's why they won that championship 2 years ago. The team has to go through Anthony Davis. LeBron said it himself. If AD not playing like he's supposed to, the team can't win. It has to go through Anthony Davis, for real. And he been responding. Oh my gosh. I'm talking about, I was watching one of my other guys' podcasts, and they had brought up this question, which is a good question. They said if you had to pick an MVP or best player in today's game right now, of course the answer is Giannis. But Anthony Davis, you can potentially say him, which I like because I'm a Bucks fan and Lakers fan. So I like AD and I like Giannis. And when they beat the Bucks last week, I was mad, but at the same time, I was happy because the Lakers needed that more than the Bucks needed, and that was a great game. If you didn't see that, go watch the highlights to that Lakers-Bucks game. Sheesh, that was a great game. Holiday, Giannis, Westbrook, AD, Bron, everybody was hooping. And speaking of another player, Westbrook too, him embracing that role and just kind of like being free. I love seeing Russ comfortable. I love seeing him and his freedom. I love seeing Russ happy. He been distributing the ball. I don't know about last night game, but before last night game, the 2 games before that, he had 0 turnovers. I'm gonna say it again. He had 0 turnovers in 2 games. We talking about playing a point guard position, and we talking about Westbrook. That's, if you don't know how substantial or like how good that is, I don't know. Like, and he just embracing it. He's shooting better. He looked more confident. He's happier. They just playing good basketball, man. They still like 10th in the West or like 11th, but like out of they like last 10 games, I think last night they lost to the Raptors, but AD didn't play and LeBron didn't play, and they played the Raptors, and it still was a pretty good game. So shout out to the Lakers, man, for real. And then shout out to my Bucks still. Always got to get a Bucks some love. You know what I'm saying? I already talked about them a little bit earlier, but we got to add them in somehow every week. So Middleton, he came back. He looked great in his first game. I think his debut, speaking of the Lakers, was versus the Lakers. He was cooking. He only missed like 3 shots. He wasn't looking rusty at all. So I still can't wait to see how, that play out. See if they make a trade at the deadline maybe. But the Lakers, Stephen A. did say it best. They like one great shooter like we keep saying, one Buddy Hield away from making some noise for real. Now I can say that without like, just I'm not just saying that. I'm not being fun. I really feel like they get a shooter or two, they can make some noise. We gonna see what they do, man. I already kind of talked about MVP. I had that on my list. I want to talk about MVP. If I had to go with the MVP right now, it might be AD. I don't know. It's either between AD, Giannis, maybe like a Booker, because Booker been cooking. He had like 40 last week, twice over 45, twice. Sheesh. So I don't know. Let me know who y'all MVP pick would be. Like I said, a Devin Booker, a Giannis, AD, somewhere along that nature. And then my biggest surprise, I already said one of them, but my last 2 points, and then we're going to close this episode out. My biggest surprise this season from the East will have to be the Indiana Pacers. Y'all heard me talk about them a couple times the last couple episodes, but nobody had them doing what they're doing too. They lost their last game or two, so they dropped. They were the 4th seed. They dropped to the 6th seed, which is still amazing because it's players on that roster that championship teams or like teams that are trying to make that next step or trying to get, but they keep winning. So it's like, if you Indiana, what do you do? Because they're 6th in the East right now. So shout out to Indiana. They've been balling. And then the team that I mentioned earlier already were the Kings. The Sacramento Kings have been balling. Shout out to the Kings, man. They doing their thing, like I said, number 1 in offense, 2nd in assists. So we gonna see. Let's see who we got playing tonight. We gonna see if they can keep that up and they can make the playoffs. You ain't got too many games tonight. You got the Rockets, Spurs, Nuggets, Trailblazers would be good, and then you got the Heat and the Clippers. I think Kawhi is back too. So, hey man, like I always say, man, it's just great. Just a great time for sports. You got playoffs coming up for football soon. You got those basketball Christmas games that's gonna be coming up. So I'm excited, man. We're gonna see what the Bucks do. We're gonna see if the Lakers and Anthony Davis can keep it up. We can see if Green Bay gonna make that push. I don't know, man. We just gonna see. So I hope everybody been having a good time, man. Thanks for the support. I think I'm gonna close out episode 12. This your boy Tez, and this is Hot Dimes TV, where we bring in that fire and we keeping it 100. I see y'all next week.
For some reason, YouTube want to keep copywriting, so y'all can hear my voice. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I see you next time.